Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to Air Dry Clay Week. A whole week of air dry clay videos, including an extra one on Friday. So we've got today, Wednesday, and an extra for you on Friday, all using air dry clay. Now, the air dry clay you usually see me use in all of my videos is the Das White Air Dry Clay, and it is my favorite. I absolutely love it. A couple of years ago, I found this. This is also air dry clay, but it's terracotta. And I honestly, genuinely didn't know how I was going to use it until this year. Gingerbread men are big this year. And I realised that the terracotta air dry clay is almost the perfect colour for gingerbread. And that is where this all started. If you want to do this, of course, you can use your white air dry clay and paint it with the appropriate colour paint. I've seen that 100 times over on YouTube, but I figured this would be super cool to try out. And again, you will need a rolling pin, you'll need your cookie cutter for whatever shape you decide to go for, and you will need your craft blade. Now, before I cut my gingerbread, I decided to make all of my white details with the Das White Air Dry Clay, like the details on the cuffs and the details on the legs. You know, the white squiggly lines. But actually, as I was doing this, I realised it was drying on me so fast. So actually, getting all the details ready was a pointless exercise. It wasn't gonna work for me. So I decided to go back and cut out all of my gingerbread men first, and then work on my air dry clay white detailing afterwards. Now, how you do this is entirely up to you. I actually did look on YouTube for many videos. Honestly, most of them are using puffy paint or white pen to put in the white detail, but I truly wanted to try it with white air dry clay. Now, this clay is very different to the Das Air Dry Clay. They will be made completely differently. This is probably earth-based and it's very grainy and very sandy in texture. So I did have to give my little cookie cutter a bit of a wiggle just to get it loose because, oh, I was hearing crunching. You know, when you put your cookie cutter down and it just sounded like I was putting it down in sand. So yeah, a little bit of a wiggle. This was very new clay to me. I've only ever really used the Das. Now, I have since learned that Das also do terracotta clay, and of course, you know, I had to buy it. So the next two videos we're going to be using the Das Air Dry Terracotta, and we'll see just how different they are. Once I'd rolled out my clay and cut out all of my gingerbread men, I was already fully in love. Now listen, I'm not going to be talking through this entire video. It's a lot. It's a gorgeous, very therapeutic, long video. I'm going to show you all of the details. We're going to be putting on all of the arm and leg details, the cuffs. We're going to be putting on scarves and hats and buttons and bow ties. Equally, I just felt like the video was just too long for me to talk all the way through. So I have actually set up, I know, so exciting, I've set up a completely separate Epidemic Sounds music account again for Claire's Crafty Corner. So we do have some festive tunes in this video to help you just chill, relax, take on board exactly what it is I'm doing for each and every one of these gingerbread men. First up, for the details on the arms and the legs, it was super fiddly, but absolutely worth it. And again, it was one of these projects that the more I did, the faster I got. At first, everything just feels a little bit fiddly. Like, is this worth it? Is it worth doing all of the details in air dry clay when I could just use a pen? I could just as easily use an acrylic marker or get some puffy paint. And honestly, I've seen puffy paint before, but it wasn't until I went on YouTube to look at air dry clay gingerbread men just to see what I could do differently to what I'm already seeing. And the majority of them were using puffy paint. Well, I was so excited by it, I bought some. I did buy some, not in time for this video, but the puffy paint is gonna feature in the next two videos on Wednesday and Friday. So here is how I added the white detail. I just wanted to create something different, a little bit of texture in the cuffs and in the legs. And I just got a teeny tiny pinch of the air dry clay and rolled it into a super thin line. Now, if you have tools that you can actually squeeze clay, that would be perfect. I don't have anything like that, so I was just rolling it out between my fingers. The gentlest of touches, because this clay is super soft. The gentlest of rolls, the tiniest of kind of like, you know, touch. And yeah, you get yourself, in the end, a nice thin little strip of clay that I just use my craft blade to cut. Now, my advice here would be, if you are attaching clay to clay, a little bit of water to lay it down, or, you know, touch the clay with a little bit of water and then press it down into the clay to make sure that those two elements do actually stick together. I was nervous because I've never tried this terracotta clay before, and I do believe it's completely different to the Das air dry clay. Just the texture of it, everything about it is completely different. So I was worried that they wouldn't stick, but again, just adding a touch of water to your finger, rubbing it along that clay and pressing that clay down, then going in with your blade to add, I guess, like a fabric texture and something like that, just to help them stick on to your terracotta. But again, how you do this is entirely up to you. If you are using white air dry clay for your gingerbread cookies and then you're painting after they've cured, then you're probably better off going in with a white pen or in with your puffy paint. I wanted to make each and every one of my gingerbread men, air dry clay gingerbread men, completely different to the next, just by adding something extra or not adding it. So I really went through this whole conveyor belt system of doing one gingerbread at a time, and that is why I am not going to talk through the rest of the video, because I really don't want it to be that long. Put your feet up, enjoy the music. Ooh, let's go.
The wonders of life got the prettiest side for everyone to enjoy. Standing up close by the Christmas tree, glimmering light, I am right where I wanna be. I will be home for a couple of days, wander around with you. You and me in the cold, thought it'd never be true. Wherever I go, I got you. Oh, I have stopped running, there is no way trying. You better loosen your belts. Drinking hot wine by the fire, don't care of anything else. It's Christmas, and some kind of love, my friend. I pray it will never end. Do you like to be here too? It's Christmas, and outside snow's glistening. It's just you and me tonight. I'll spend all this Christmas with you. Oh, it's such a charm, got you up in my arm. There's nobody at the door. You said I wish this will never be over. Darling, it's time for your present, come over here. Now it is time to get out in the snow, lighting a light with you. Choirs will sing and the joy bells will ring. Nobody loves you as much as I do. It's a wonderful feeling from floor to the ceiling. It is that time of the year, drinking hot wine by the fire. Here on our own, we got nothing to fear. It's Christmas, and some kind of love, my friend. Pick up some candy canes and hang a wreath on your door. It's Christmas, and outside snow's glistening. It's just you and me tonight. It's just you and me tonight. It's just you and me tonight. I'll spend all this Christmas with you.
time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day. This year I'll think about how I'm so lucky to have a place that I can come home to. Yes, I am on my way. We'll put our differences aside and just enjoy this moment of peace and love and happiness. We come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day.
I hope you're really enjoying this video and finding inspiration. If you are still here, please, when you leave your comment in the comment section down below the video, leave me a little heart or star emoji to let me know that you are still here. Now, the scarves were so much fun. I just felt like they really made it. The hats were super fiddly, but all in all, I just think it's worth taking the extra time to put all of these details into your gingerbread men. Now, the buttons were simply tiny, teeny little bits of rolled up clay and just put on there with a dab of water and squished in. The bow ties were simply 2 little triangles, again all super fiddly but really worth it. I ended up putting in these screw eyelets. I shoved them in to the wet clay and they worked so well, and they've really helped me hang all of these up. Now, the one thing to note, I am new to this clay. This clay was drying before I could even get a chance to finish everything. It was drying faster than any other air dry clay I've ever experienced. And because I was moving them around a lot, I literally broke 2, I think 3, maybe I broke 3. Now, of course, I can glue these back together and make sure I finish these off. They will not feature in the rest of this video though. It is time to move on to the paint. How you paint them is entirely up to you. Acrylic markers, acrylic paint, let's go.
Let's go outside, the snow is falling down and every child is having so much fun. The snowman is twice the size as me, with a smile as quirky as mine. We're holding hands to keep each other warm while we stand and watch a choir performing all the Christmas songs that we love. Yeah, all the Christmas songs that we love. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents, as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh. I'm making plans of what we're gonna do. I feel so blessed that I can be with you. 'Cause God knows that I've been longing for you. I just wanna hold you close. You know the stars are shining just for you. Let's take a walk and we can follow the moonlight till we reach a place we can stay. Maybe kiss a bit and dream away. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents, as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. Love and so beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents, as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh.
Painting these gingerbread men, I just felt like it brought them to life. And it was really only at this point I realised that the brand new red paint that I just bought from Hobbycraft is actually pearl. I didn't want pearl, Claire, I wanted matte. Oh no, another trip to Hobbycraft is needed. Now, it was at this point I decided to go all around the edges with the white acrylic marker. Now, the white acrylic marker is from the Let's Resin acrylic pen set, but I know that so many of you already have acrylic paint pens and they will all work just as well. But honestly, I just felt like they needed that detail. And whilst I wanted them to be 100% air dry clay, as well as the paint at the end, I knew that there's no way, there is no way I could get that zigzag line. You saw the struggles. I tried so many techniques to get that zigzag line using the air dry clay. It really wasn't working out for me, and that is where I think you cannot beat acrylic pens and the puffy paint as well. That's when you're really gonna get those absolutely perfect zigzaggy lines. And yeah, there you are. I just went all around the entire outside edge just to tie them in completely. Make them really stand out. Make them look like they are handmade cookies. Now, honestly, all I want is gingerbread cookies. Like, I just want some gingerbread. Now, the one on the left that my hand is currently covering, you can see some shadowing. I actually went in and I tried using dark brown mica powder to give them some shading and give them some shadowing, make them look like a baked gingerbread biscuit. But honestly, I don't know, from here, from this angle, it looks kind of cool. But actually up close, I was getting the mica shimmer. I was getting this real sparkle mica shimmer that I wasn't keen on. My eyes couldn't really adjust to it. Now here I am using an acrylic paint pen to do the eyes. I wasn't sure if I should do black or white face. Let me know if you would have done the eyes and the mouth in the white pen, or whether I made the right decision going with the black pen. Now, we all know I cannot just leave it there. I cannot just let my little dudes go away with blank, empty hats and scarves. I had to do this step. I went in with the fine white acrylic pen and created some Fair Isle jumper knit design. And oh my goodness me, I'm so happy that I did. Again, this detail it's like fake it till you make it. We are talking dots, lines, crosses, miniature Christmas trees, little hearts, and combined with a few lines, it really does give you that effect of the Fair Isle knit, the Christmas jumper. And I just love this detail on his hat. Honestly, I've loved this one. Let me know if you're still here at this point at 21 minutes gone, and let me know by telling me how much you've got from this video. I hope you've really found it helpful, even if just one little thing has inspired you to pick up some air dry clay. The reason I love air dry clay is because apart from, there are a few rules, use water as you go, smooth it down as you go, and don't leave it too long because it will cure, it will dry out and you'll be lost. You'll cure on you and you won't be able to do any more. But also there are no rules. You can really go with the flow, make your own creation, and it's therapeutic. And it's one of the crafts that I do where I don't have to wear a mask. I can sit, I can chill, I can have a few snacks, I can have a cup of tea. I can just get totally lost in air dry clay because it's non-toxic and it's just a really fun activity to do. Not just you, your whole family can get involved. Now, to finish these off, I am using the candy cane twine. I just absolutely think it is the perfect twine for these, but also I think some jute twine would work as well. That ropey jute twine would work just as well because of that gingerbread colour. I absolutely love these. I hope you do too. I'm just sad that this terracotta air dry clay was new to me, very, very different to Das, and I lost 3 in the process. Now, it was only here I noticed this. I was in my head screaming, like, what is going on? The ones I laid down that I didn't really press, I just laid it down with water in the hope that it would stick, didn't really stick. Now, the ones that I actually used texture on are stuck. I went around and I tried to dislodge all of them. They truly are stuck. So here you see I just went in with the white acrylic pen to replace those that came off. So yeah, it's trial and error. It's definitely trial and error. I would say that Das would stick to another Das. So if I was to try this again, I would definitely try the terracotta Das with the white air dry clay Das. And guys, my tree is up. If you want to see how I decorated my tree for Christmas, I do have another channel, At Home with Claire. Go over, check it out. My tree is up. That video went out last night and this is what they're looking like on my tree. I fully love them. I hope you've been inspired by this video, and thank you so much if you are still here, especially if you're here in the live chat and you've stayed with me throughout in the live chat. I massively appreciate you, and I appreciate anyone who watches my videos. I hope you feel inspired and grab yourself some air dry clay. Wednesday's video is going to be using the Das terracotta, and Friday's video is going to be also using the Das terracotta. But oh my gosh, guys, I've fallen head over heels in love with puffy paint. I cannot wait to show you what I made in Wednesdays. They are up there as one of my favourite all-time air dry clay creations. And yeah, I'll see you then. Bye.